Welcome back to NJ.com. We're breaking down every single section of the state tournament for football. Right now we're talking about North 1, Group 3. And Pat Lanny, got a lot of teams in this bracket. This is a bracket we've been talking about since before the season even started. Who do we need to look for in this one?
This is the Big North jam-packed super Group 3. And like you said, we've been looking forward to it since the offseason. And my God, there are just a lot of good teams. Starting with Ramapo, they're the number 2 seed on the bottom half of the bracket. They're up at number 12 in our top 20, and they've just been explosive on offense behind the play of senior quarterback Keith Wetzel. He's a do-it-all guy. He's super fast. He can throw the ball too, and they got a ton of talented receivers and a standout running back in Joe Hagan. So I look for Ramapo, as the team to beat in this section for sure. The one outlier in this Big North bracket is the defending champion, the two-time defending champion, Sparta, out of the NJ.com. Why don't you tell me about them?
I've seen Sparta twice. They lost both times, but I was impressed both times, even in those losses. Matt Mountain has come in at quarterback and been really impressive throwing the ball. And, they're tough. They play smart for the most part. And their defense, it hasn't been their strength, but they really can throw the ball. And, they have the experience. They've been in these games before. They've won them. And they play a pretty tough schedule in the NJ.com, and they've looked good. So even if the record isn't super impressive this year, they're a team to watch. They've
got a nice, first-round game against Garfield. Mm-hmm. They should be able to get by that one. Then it's on to the number 1 seed, Riverdale. That's a rematch of last year's sectional final where Sparta won, pretty easily. I know Coach Nymphius has a great team up there in Oradell. They can do a lot of things. They run a nice triple option kind of attack, and they're the number 1 seed. I know Coach Nymphius has some questions, and I know he has a bad record against Sparta, but I think this is the year Riverdale breaks through against Sparta and gets to the final. So that, for me, that'll set up the Ramapo-Riverdale rematch, but I still think Ramapo is just too much for anybody in this section. How about you?
I like what you told me about Riverdale. I think they have the talent to win this one. But Poe, you got to have your Poe pride. They're real talented as well. So I'll go with Riverdale, but anything could happen in this one.
Absolutely. You've heard it here on NJ.com. I'm Pat Lanny for Jeremy Schneider.